Huh. The third knightly virtue is integrity. Every knight must live by their own conscience and walk their own path. Walk yours with steely resolve and never waver. Remember the three knightly virtues? Good. Now forget them all. Whatever kind of knight we want to be, whatever path we choose to take, it's up to us.
Just like that, the group was thrown into a panic, staring at Nicole in utter disbelief until a question broke the silence. You knocked Alice out? Why would you do that, Nicole? The very picture of calm. Nicole raised a finger and replied, Alice has exhausted her strength. She'd be nothing but a burden out here on the battlefield. Now, we can take her to rest. But without Alice, how can we possibly hope to be a match for Rhindaughter? The group wondered, dismissing Nicole's suggestion. Seeing their frowns of doubt, Nicole stepped forward. Before you stands an angel who has wandered this earth for millennia, she replied. Upon her declaration, the clouds parted, a golden staircase unfolding at her feet, and with a simple step, Nicole began to ascend the stairs of divinity. What am I now, you ask? just a human who's lost her voice.
Since it was Barca who came up with the whole idea of holding a conference with the Hexazircle, how come we never found out what task they gave him? Let's see. Barca... Wait, why is it blank? Good point. Well, knowing what he's like, we better start by checking all the local taverns and restaurants.
Still not here, huh? Looks like I'll have to figure this out on my own.
Hey, Barca! We wanted to ask you about your task.
Oh, hey there, Honorary Knight in Paimon. My task? What's all this about? Now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure Alice did tell me something about that. I think.
You think? That conference of yours is why those tasks even exist in the first place. Ugh, anyway, why is yours blank?
If I had to take a wild guess, probably 'cause it'd be too much for that little book of theirs to handle. My task is to make the finest wine Tevat has ever seen.
How's that too much?
Trust me, this is serious business. See this new scar on my arm? That's what it cost me just to get my hands on the recipe. There I was, venturing into a deep, dark domain, battling some of the fiercest, most vicious monsters I've ever seen. Now, we're just 3 special ingredients short of finishing this thing. Honorary Knight, Paimon, would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Ugh, fine, why not? Since it's only 3 things, Paimon's just gonna pretend she buys your story.
All right. Haha. So, we still need wood chips struck by knights, pigeon feathers shed in joy, and medicinal broth brewed in a large cauldron.
Wait a sec! Were we supposed to be making wine? That sounds like some kind of super suspicious potion.
Good point. Well, our taskmasters are a bunch of mages after all. We're following the recipe to the letter, So, all 3 ingredients must adhere to their requirements. Come on, let's get started with those wood chips.
So, this is where we'll be getting those wood chips struck by knights, huh?
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Are you here to train as well?
Well, maybe not in a traditional sense, but we're here to pursue a goal, so I guess that counts too.
You're already so skilled, yet you still strive for perfection. Please train however you like. I'll be taking notes from the side.
Try to keep up! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Time to ignite!
No, we're not quite getting the quality I saw that day. Let's try again.
Whew. Paimon had no idea the Knights of Favonius had training dummies this huge!
My father made this a special collector's edition. I'm sure it'll prove worth... Amazing! So that's how you do it.
Ugh. Why does Paimon feel like she's heard that reaction like 100 times before?
Yeah, this'll do. The shape, the texture, the quality. Brilliant.
How you can tell one wood chip apart from another is beyond, Paimon. Whatever, as long as you're happy. Next up, those pigeon feathers shed in joy.
Hey! You scared off all the pigeons! Grandmaster?
Hey, if it isn't little Timmy! Grown up quite a bit, haven't you? Been eating well?
Yes, sir! I always remember what you told me. That I've got to eat well and exercise hard if I want to grow up big and strong.
Well, guess that's the Barker effect. Honestly, Paimon would be shocked if there was a single kid in this city who didn't look up to our living legend over here.
Sorry for scaring your pigeons away. I was actually going to ask, is there a way to approach pigeons without spooking them, while keeping them happy at the same time?
To be honest, I usually walk up to them quietly and scatter some feed.
Boom! That's it! Say, you got any extra feed on you right now?
I do have quite a bit, but... Grandmaster, what are you planning to do?
Don't worry, little man. We just need to borrow a feather or two. You have my word.
Ah, all right then, no problem. And thank you, Grandmaster.
On me. Yeah. Looks like we've got ourselves some pigeon tracks. Let's wait here. When they appear, walk up to them quietly and scatter the feed, but make sure not to hurt them. Ready? Hey, you scared them away. Guess we'll have to wait for them to come back now. Got him! The feathers are in the bag. I repeat, the feathers are in the bag.
Finally! This task really is harder than Paimon thought.
Just one more ingredient to go. Medicinal broth brewed in a large cauldron. That's gotta be in Dadaupa Gorge. I'll head over there right away. Follow whenever you can, all right?
Hey, wait a... Jeez. Talk about excited. That guy just took off faster than a flock of flustered pigeons. Oh, that old booze hound. Ah! Diona? What are you doing here? And why were you hiding? I'm only here to pick some fruit, I swear. Just didn't expect I'd run into that piece of work all the way out here. He's been bugging me non-stop lately, trying to talk me into making him some drink again. I got so sick of it that I've been avoiding him whenever I can. So, you know how he returned recently with some of the expeditionary force, right? Well, guess what? Practically the first thing he did was swing by the cat's tail for a celebratory drink or two. Seriously? Paimon thought they'd have just stayed back at the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Ugh. Hence why I said, practically. They did all that and more. The cat's tail was round 3 of a citywide tavern crawl. And Paimon bets they'll do it all over again the next time another batch of troops returns home. Anywho, long story short, I couldn't bear the sight of those drunk old skunks for even 1 second longer. So, I made it my mission to mix some of the most disgusting, nauseating drinks in all of Teyvat. Yeah, so that's why I tried to get Prince to mix the drinks instead. Ugh, if only those drunkards hadn't started messing with his Meowjo. In the end, Prince ran off before he could finish. At least he gave that old boozer a nice big scratch on the way out. Ha ha!
There I was, venturing into a deep, dark domain, battling some of the fiercest, most vicious monsters I've ever seen.
Anyway, it was right there in front of me, one small step away from completion. Yeah. Some wood chips I noticed on the knight's clothes, some pigeon feathers I picked up in the forest. Oh, and some of the hilly churl herbal soup I was planning to turn into a remedy for sobering up. Wait a sec. You said this all happened not long after Farker first got back, right? That must mean... Uh-oh. This could be bad. We've got to go stop him before it's too late!
Try to keep up! Huh? Try to keep up! Try to keep up! Yeah.
Unbelievable! Since when were hilly trolls so amenable to reason?
Ella! You haven't seen Farka around here, have you?
As a matter of fact, yes I have. Just now he went off to borrow a large cauldron from the hilly trolls. And get this, they gave it up as soon as they saw him. The weirdest thing was they barely exchanged any words at all. I just don't understand how it all went so smoothly. Could the Grandmaster know some hilly troll body language that I'm unaware of?
That's not the point here. Anyway, where is he now?
Right over there.
Finally, it's done. The finest wine in all of Teyvat. Right here in my hands. Oh, hey, gang. You finally made it. Those hilly trolls just now were surprisingly reasonable. Didn't expect this to go half so smoothly. Ha! Anyway, time to find out what this bad boy tastes like. Huh? You want to taste it first? Dream on, kid. The honor of the first cup's mine. Don't worry, I'll leave some for you. Oh. Hold up. Oh, why do I feel so bad?
Farka! Are you okay? Farka! Farka! Come on! You didn't defeat a god just to fight the dust here!
For a moment there, I could have sworn I saw all the previous Knights of Berea standing right here in front of me. Either way, I need a moment to digest it all. Oh, both the drink and the lesson too. Aha. So the missing ingredient was actually the Spring Fairy's blessing. Never would have guessed.
Hey! Don't you act all innocent! You still owe us one for trying to pull the wool over our eyes!
Sorry. Truth is, though, I genuinely believed it would work. And I was even planning to come clean over a drink or two afterwards anyway. But I guess you probably don't want to drink it anymore, do you? Well, guess I owe you one. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal at the Good Hunter once we're back.
No, that's more like it. Oh, come on! You saw what a state he was in after he downed that cup. I'm not sure he's learned his lesson.
Guess I have no one to blame but myself, huh? Haha, well, I was gonna save that story for the tavern, but I guess the open air will have to do. So, you're giving tasks to everyone in Mondstadt, huh? Interesting idea. Do I get one too?
Well, if you really must know, yours was to change the fate reflected in the scryglass. But you already did that quite some time ago. The moment you decided to set off on your expedition, to be precise.
the blacksmith?
Try to keep up! Try to keep up! Here. Here. Huh?
Leaving already? Hey! Barbie! Aren't you forgetting something? Like a whole bunch of stuff you were supposed to give me? Nonsense. Your arrival is more or less in line with Barbie's prophecy. Though, to be honest, I did think you'd be here a little later. Anyway, before we get down to business, it might be best if you two have something to eat? No, of course not. But my hearing happens to be quite sharp, and I heard Paimon's stomach rumbling a mile away.
Whoa! Paimon's stomach is rumbling for two! We must both be super famished.
Don't you worry about that. I've got plenty of cookies and cake, and as you know, nothing bad ever happened to hungry travelers who accepted food from a witch.
Oh, Paimon's so full! No matter how much she puts in her tummy, there's always more on her plate.
Of course. You can't have a tea party without an ample supply of food and drink. Though it's true, it is hard to display an appropriate magely elegance after stuffing one's face. That's why the teapot is usually only half full, and there's only one cookie or piece of cake on each plate.
Paimon really can't eat anymore. She's coming apart at the seams. Can we get down to business now? Oh, well, sorry.
All right, I gather you're here to deliver my homework. The one that Barbie prophesized? Nothing of the sort. We were discussing something completely different. The moon's massive shift has knocked her hydromancy out of whack, so she needs to head back for a while to undergo a period of silent meditation. While she's away, I'll be taking over responsibility for everyone's homework. I also plan to help her add the next round of homework to the dictionary.
Huh. You can just swap the person in charge like that?
Not like I had much choice. Before Barbie and Alice even told me about it, they'd already inscribed my special homework in the dictionary. As much as I'd like to erase the whole thing and keep on casually observing the world, Alice is busy maintaining Tivat's borders, and Barbie is off realigning her hydromancy. Octavia didn't bother to come back, and you can forget about Rhindaughter. The other mages all have their own affairs to attend to, so the duty of supervising this homework has fallen to me. There really are. I don't even know how long it's been since we all got together to make this a proper tea party. In any case, as long as I finish my homework, my story will be officially inscribed in the dictionary. After that, I'll be able to go back to observing and guiding. So, Traveler, Paimon, it's time to deliver your message. What's my homework? Oh, and since this doesn't count as a prophecy, just something Barbie and Alice came up with 10 minutes ago, there probably isn't any useful information to be found in that dictionary you're carrying.
You're right, Nicole. We had a look before coming over, and there aren't any detailed instructions at all. There's only these 2 sentences.
All right, that first sentence was clearly written by Barbie, but I bet my bottom more it was Alice who added the second. Anyway, let's get cracking on this homework. Just let me think. Where should we begin? Huh? Oh, Barbie gave me a rundown of my tasks just now. Basically, I just need to go to a few homework locations, make sure everything's up to scratch, and conduct some field work.
Wait a minute. Paimon thought she was giving you a prophecy. How does a rundown count as a prophecy?
Well, you see, I naturally view anything Barbie says to me as some sort of prophecy. Besides, when Barbie wrote this homework of mine, all she actually did was flip straight to the final page of my story and tell me the ending in advance. You make a fair point. But then, what's the difference between a prophecy and a spoiler anyway? All right, enough dawdling. Come on, follow me. We're going to...
Just like that? Hold on. How are we supposed to get the...
All right, we're here. This Sealy Court has some really great views, don't you think? See that spot over there? That's the starting point. Did I use it to get us here faster? You bet I did! These Sealy Courts are connected to the ley lines, and nobody really uses them. They're very handy when it comes to traveling about. Besides, the Sealy and I used to be angels, so we're old colleagues. I'm sure they won't mind me borrowing their homes every once in a while. Yes, I read about that in the dictionary. Based on how it ended, you and Lord Barbados must have played quite a beautiful tune. Such a shame that Barbie couldn't hear a single note. When Alice heard about it, she laughed so hard her hat nearly fell off. How about we head to the next location, which should be...
Is this Wolvendam? Doesn't seem like the best place for doing homework.
This is the nearest Sealy Court to where we're going. Don't worry, we're not far from the starting point.
Whoa! Where did all those wolves jump out from? Hey! We're not here to hurt you! We're friends with Razor!
Shh! Has that child not arrived yet? Perhaps we've come too early again. Not to worry. As long as he stands beside his Lubical, he can overcome any foe.
Why'd they come back? Oh, did they hear us talking? If only Razor were here! He'd be able to tell us what they want to say!
You're not wrong, Paimon, but there's a lot more he'd need to understand than just the chatter of wolves. All right, that's about it for this place. I could do with a good rest. Come on, let's go. time to head back for a cup of...
Whoa! When did this door appear?
This looks like Alice's handwriting. Let's take a look. Thanks for your help with the homework. Now hurry home and have a hot cup of tea. P.S. There is a surprise waiting behind this door. Hurry home? Wait a second. Why does this door look so familiar? There's no way it could lead to...
Somewhere new? Hey, isn't this...
No wonder Alice wanted to borrow the lodge key. She said she wanted to set up a tea room, even though I told her I already had one. It symbolizes the completion of guidance, the end of a journey, and the fulfillment of prophecy. You've followed Seelie before, right? Only when a Seelie returns to its Seelie court does its guidance come to an end. So, to give this unwelcome homework a clear conclusion, Barbie and Alice must have built a Seelie court right here. This is the only way for my story to be inscribed among everyone else's without interfering with their own homework. Well, we're not all that different. Once upon a time, we were all angels after all. But that doesn't really matter. What's important is what it symbolizes. It's like writing a novel. As long as the main outline is there, there'll always be a way to flesh out the details so the pieces fall into place. As long as I take my seat, this homework of mine will be officially over. It's a nice touch, but it feels like the ending to a story written on the fly. If Anya were here, I'm sure she'd have come up with something more clever. Don't you worry. That's an essential element as well.
Hey! A treasure chest!
Now this homework's starting to make sense.
What did I tell you? It seems like this has been a fruitful little excursion after all. And it seems my story has been formally inscribed in the dictionary, which means that today's homework ends here, and also that there'll be a formal tutor to provide guidance on all future assignments. Well, that depends on what assignments are assigned. Personally, I'd love nothing more than to bury chests for people to find by completing their homework. I'd leave clues and watch them enjoy a merry little treasure hunt. Now that would be fun. But Barbie's been keeping a close eye on me, so I'm not sure I'll get the chance. Anyway, my guidance doesn't end until you open that check. Which means that today's homework ends here, and also that there'll be a formal